All right, guys, let's take a look at this Swatch 007 Q edition. Now, this was sent in by my buddy Stuart, so big thanks for sending this guy in. It is brand new. I took the plastic cover off the watch, but other than that, it's brand new with the box and everything. So, and to a certain extent, I suspect that is how the majority of the people are going to keep all of these. There was a few different versions or colorways, if you will, of this run. So summer of 2020, they did like a 007 type release with a few different colorways. And this was probably one of the more popular ones. It says designed by Q. So Q is obviously, most of us are 007 fans. You know that Q is the guy behind the scenes making all of the cool gadgetry that makes Bond just that much cooler as a spy, right? So Q is the brains of the gadgets for sure. So, and I don't know, it's a fun watch. It's got a little splash of red and everything like that. It's transparent, so you can see all the gears and the quartz movement behind there. And it's a solid one-piece case, so that's pretty cool. I think this is part of the Irony series, so very cool case. Like, I might have to get my hands on some of the non-collectible ones, because this is definitely a collectible. And like what I was saying earlier, a lot of people are just going to keep them brand new in the box. Most people are probably not going to wear these, and I get it. It's cool to have them and save them and be part of a collection, but I don't know, wear it maybe sometimes. You know, it's okay to, or get a different strap for it. Change out the strap so you can keep this strap brand new, and then the watch, you know, you can keep it clean and stuff like that. I don't know. I think it'll hold up. It's stainless steel. This part here is probably plastic or something, so you'd have to do some poly watch to it to clean it up if you scratch it. But I don't know. I'm kind of definitely, or I'm kind of definitely, right? I am definitely leaning more towards the just wear your watches sort of attitude. You know, there's room for collectible stuff like this because this will probably go up in value, but it's just a weird concept that you can buy something like this and then it'll go up in value, and then the next person that buys it is going to do the same thing. I don't know. It just seems kind of weird to me. I can't get on board with it. But let's talk about the watch for a second. 42 millimeter, 46 lug to lug, and you can look at that case. It's super thin, and it's got an awesome profile to it, and it is just, I don't know, it's slick. Like, if there's other models out there, I'll have to start looking after this video, but I might have to pick one up just because it is pretty cool looking. And it's so thin, but that also means that it's minus a seconds hand. It's only 6 millimeter thick. 6. And then this is kind of like 22 millimeter-ish, but you can see it's proprietary. But I'm sure you can put other Swatch straps on here. I don't think it's going to be a problem. They actually even have the drilled lugs there, so I'm sure you can change out the straps if you want. Easy battery change, and it even tells you what battery it takes. So you can see Swiss-made, water-resistant. I think it's only like 30 meters or something, or 3 feet. I don't know. It's not very high water resistance, so I wouldn't plan on taking it in any water. So it tells you what battery, stainless steel, Swatch company patented, and all that good stuff. The packaging is really cool, but before we get into that, let's talk about the watch a little bit more. Let's do some close-ups on this bad boy, because the use of color on this thing is just fun. It's very cool. So you can see, you know, silver, pretty much all brushed out case. Got a little hair or something there. It's bugging me. Sorry about that. And then you got the silver ring in there with like a bluish with maybe a hint of violet in there, and then that red chapter, red hands, just a really nice use of color. You know, you see quite a bit of metal in there. You can see some electronics, and then you have the plastic gears in there. It would have been kind of cool. I mean, the white gears are fine, but I don't know. Do a different color maybe? Give it a little more splash of color, red gears or blue gears or something, or I don't know. Maybe I'm off on that. But just such a cool case. Swatch is fun. And these were $220. Brand new. I'll put a link in the description to the Swatch website, but instead of saying sold out, it says like Q is on a mission or something. But that basically means they're sold out. So I think most of these sold out pretty quick, because if you look on the secondary market on eBay, I think most of them are selling at a, you know, plus $300 range right now. Again, snapshot in time. So, but that's where they're at right now. So the packaging is pretty cool. It comes, there's an outer case, of course, that goes over this, but you can see this is kind of like a laptop, essentially. So, and then you open it up, and it continues that laptop theme. So there's your display, gives you a security clearance and tells you, you know, the world map and tells you some information there. Pretty fun little keyboard. I don't know if there's any hidden messages in there. I guess Swatch. Yeah, I just realized that. So SWATCH. So you can see that was the last thing that was typed in, right? And then the fingerprint scanner there. So pretty fun. Yeah, and the watch is just tucked away right in here. So it just goes right in there. Piece of cake. Very simple, clean, probably fairly inexpensive to do, but it just makes it that much more fun. And for most people that are going to keep them as a collectible, you know, it's stashed away, and the part of the stashing it away is, you know, you got to watch your humidity levels and everything like that, because this is all just cardboard and paper. So you got to make sure you maintain the structural integrity of all this stuff, because that is the total package. It's certainly going to only keep its value at the level that you think it's going to is if you keep all the structural integrity of everything else. So pretty fun watch. Big thanks to Stuart for loaning this in. I don't know. I think I kind of want to see more of these Swatch ironies, whether they're the collectible ones or not. It's just a cool looking watch. And I think they make some with some pretty cool bracelets as well. So I'm definitely a bracelet guy, and I'm definitely warming up to a butterfly clasp. I'll be doing a video on this guy soon. This Formex is killer. So anyway, guys, that's the vid on the Swatch. No loom. So I'm not going to do the loom shot because there's no loom. And that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you on the next vid. Just realized, no loom shot, but I didn't give you a wrist shot. I don't want to like flex out on the strap or anything. So I'm just going to kind of simulate what it would look like if you would. So case size is going to work great on my wrist. It's super thin. I think I'm not a big fan of the strap the way, because it's 46 millimeter. So they kind of turn straight down. I'm assuming they would break in nicely, and then you'd have that nice curve to them, or you could pre-break them in and rest them on a pillow. But being it's not my watch and it's brand new, I'm not going to tweak it and put it on my wrist. So there's that. Anyway, that was it.